drawing foul after foul. Very physical and rugged in how they perform. And it paid off.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Houston. Howard, the pass to Harden. Back to Howard. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Here's Curry. Feeds to Bogut. Out to Thompson. Outside, Green. Bogut back up on top. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Good D by Harden.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Houston making some changes. Capella's checked in. And Corey Brewer's subbed in for James Harden. And then for Golden State, Spates checked in for Bogut. Barnes comes in for Brandon Rush. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And it's Houston's ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Motiejunas a screen on Thompson. Terry dishes to Motiejunas. Passes to Brewer. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and look at the NBA's best rebounding teams for this last month. The Warriors, 4th.
I like how this team has been coming up big lately, Kevin. They seem to have a new dedication and energy to rebounding the ball, and it's paying off.
Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Thompson.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And the foul on Jason Terry. That is his first foul of the game. A minute 20 left to play in the first half. Barbosa kicks to Green. And it's blocked.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
Dishes to Motiejunas. Drains it from beyond the arc. Motiejunas has got 5 points so far. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
Pass to Brewer. Jacks up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And no good, trying to use the glass.
Kevin, not a single point in this quarter for him. Obviously, not what they need right now. He's got to score. Boy, that's his 2nd foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure.
The Warriors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
16 seconds left in the second quarter. And Brewer kicks to McDaniels. They set the pick. Here's Capella. Got it off in time. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so that brings the first half to a close. Houston on top, up by 50.
Yes, Kevin, here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everyone. We'll be taking a look back at what was clearly a one-sided first half. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They lead by 15. All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just a...
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. For Houston, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. No good on the second free throw. Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against the Thunder.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Monty Eunice lays it up and banks it in. Monty Eunice has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Rockets. Well, you think back to the 2009 draft, the Thunder selecting James Harden 3rd overall, and there was some second guessing there.
Yeah, and Tyreke Evans, Kevin, taking a pick after him, won Rookie of the Year. But with time, Harden's talent is proven out, and you could argue he should have gone first in that draft.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Ariza outside. Fires the 3. Monty Eunice, no luck. Warriors trail by 17. Outside Curry. Shoots the 3. That is good. Curry's got 5 points so far.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know?
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top.
Well, that's a layup for him.
Brandon Rush. He's checked in for Golden State. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Harden against Thompson. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And he gets it to go. Thompson's got his second basket.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
It's Harden with the drive. Monty Eunice kicks to Beverly. Offensive rebound. Howard feeds it to Beverly. Another shot. Connects. The jumper drops. Beverly's got 5.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Up top, Curry, guarded by Harden. Curry passes to Rush. 6 on the shot clock. Curry can't get it to go. Rockets leading by 14. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Yeah, let's take this chance now to look at the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Here are the league's leading scorers. Number 1, Steph Curry. James Harden is second.
Well, both of these guys have been tremendous offensive producers for the entire season. They're just reliable point producers.
Timeout called the Warriors. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
In the second half of the season, you get an idea of the Rockets and where they stand statistically. First in steals, 4th in scoring, and they're in the top half of the league in challenging those shots. The opponent field goal percentage, the top half of the league. Not bad.
And you mentioned their steals. I mean, it's great defensive anticipation that has them at the top of the rankings. They've been tremendous at reading the offense and getting into those passing lanes.
And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverly, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists, and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys on the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
Harden gets the bucket.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
And it's sent back by Spates. Beverly dishes to Harden. Howard. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Tremendous output from Howard. He has 8 points, and his 2 blocks have given them a lift defensively.
No doubt about it. He's been a rim protector, and it's starting to get into the heads of their opponent.
So for the Rockets, Capella's checked in, and it's McDaniels in for James Harden. Golden State also making some changes. Barnes comes in for Draymond Green, and it's Barbosa in for Curry.
You know, talking about Beverly, his wrist injury really changed things for the Rockets at the end of last season. Suddenly, 37-year-old Jason Terry had to take on big minutes at the point, and he was serviceable, but they missed Beverly's toughness on defense particularly.
All right, let's go.
And going back to the one thing with Patrick Beverly, his shot could still be more consistent. Last year, he was down in shooting averages across the board, including just 38% from the field. It makes it very difficult on your offense when you have an inability to space the floor.
Brewer is checked in for the Rockets. Terry comes in for Patrick Beverly. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Terry outside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength, just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against Portland. They've got Corey Brewer. McDaniels is out there with Terry. Then there's Beasley, and it's Capella in at the 5. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Can't connect from short range. Warriors trail by 17. Green, the screen. Livingston kicks to Thompson. Lets it go with a 3. They get it back. Here's Bogut, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Bogut's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Warriors.
And guys, nice to see Bogut out there given all the injuries that he's had to overcome in his career. Just glad to see him at full strength.
Timeout called, the Rockets. You know, Bogut, as I recall, Clark was so distraught by those injuries that at one point he thought he might retire.
Yeah, he gave some serious thought to packing it in after the 2013 season, Kevin. Luckily for his team, though, he worked through it and is as strong as ever. At the defensive end.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He said to them, the lead we've got now is nice, but I want to make it even nicer. This is when we put the hammer down. It doesn't look like he's ready to back off just yet, guys.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in. Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
It's Harden with the drive. Here's Howard. Kicks it out to Harden. Beasley sets a screen for Harden. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.